This is a SlingTV S5 Max, and if you're looking for a TV box that can stream your favorite content, then you should consider this one. This device has all the features that you need to get your streaming up and running, so let's get into the unboxing first. But before that, quick disclaimer, I am not liable or accountable for what content you stream on this device. I do not condone not paying for subscription services, and this review is only being done with this device only for entertainment purposes. So here's the box. It's quite simple, and inside you are greeted with the TV box. Then you have a LAN cable, a USB A to C cable, a power adapter, an HDMI cable, and the remote as well. You also have the user manual here, which is pretty useful for setting this thing up. Here is the S5 Max itself. It's more compact than the MXQ TV box that I reviewed a few years ago, and overall I think it's a good build. So here are the ports that you get here. At the back you have a USB-C port for power, you have Ethernet, HDMI, and an audio video port as well. And on the left side you get two USB-A ports, a TF card slot, and a reset button if you ever need it. Lastly, you got these vents at the bottom for cooling, two rubber pads so that the box won't slide too easily, and two slots here if you want to hook it up to a wall. Now let's get into how to set up this device. First, I'm going to connect the USB cable to the power adapter and plug it into the box. Then connect the HDMI cable as well as the Ethernet cable. Now I'm going to plug in the HDMI to the TV, the power adapter into an outlet, and the Ethernet cable to my router. And now you're pretty much all set. So now I'll just turn this on and add my accounts. If you do turn on the device and don't see the interface just yet, make sure that the HDMI input on your TV is in the right setting, which in this case is HDMI 2, since I plugged it into the second port here. So right when you boot it up, here is the interface of the SlingTV S5 Max. It's very straightforward and it's pretty easy to get up to speed here. You can download apps here through the store, but there are only a limited number of apps that you can install here. So if you do want other Android TV apps, then you can do so by downloading APKs on the internet and sideloading them here. There's also features here such as Miracast, which is basically your Wi-Fi screen mirroring. You got a music player, calculator, a calendar, a gallery, and basically all these apps that you can use for various things here. You can also program the remote so that your favorite apps have corresponding numbers, which I think is useful. And then you can change a bunch of settings here with the display, such as the output resolution, because this box does support up to 4K TVs. It doesn't really show it here since the TV I'm using is only 1080p, but if you do have a 4K TV, then it will work there. And for the specs, you get 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which I think is pretty much enough for most people. And back to the home screen, there's also a customer service button here, and they have tech support if you ever get into some issues. Now I'm not going to show the TV channels and the on-demand content here due to copyright reasons, but that is pretty much all for the SlingTV S5 Max. It's a good device if you want to stream your content, and it's very easy to download the apps that you need here, such as YouTube. Overall, this box has a good interface, good performance, decent storage for various content, and enough ports to connect basic peripherals such as a keyboard and mouse. I think that the experience that you get here is good, and I have no complaints whatsoever. So, if you do want to purchase the SlingTV S5 Max, I'll leave a link down in the description and you can buy this from there. Anyway, that's all for this video. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a good buy, but be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers on this channel. See you in the next one.